We had a moment, sorry. We forgot where we were. She told me if I have more alcohol, I'll start crying. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cut you off. But want to tell me a little bit about Yesika Cruz?
Yes, this song was inspired by my tias and their, some of them having like really abusive relationships with their husbands, and being like, this is the cross that I carry. And because where my parents are from, like, there's no such thing as divorce. You don't get a divorce. Like, you get married and that's it, and like, you're going to hell with your husband if that's where, you know, like, you're following him, you know? And so this song was written, like, about my tias who have gone through hell with them and are still carrying that cross. And, like, in the part in the telenovela, this is the most abusive of the scenes.
But I think it's almost the most important scene because we all learn love through those that come before us, right? Mm-hmm. And so sometimes we see all that abusive love, yes, and all these things. And so in the novela, the Prince Charming ends up being like a total a-hole, right?
Yes.
And that was like the hard part of leaving, mm-hmm, to go be with this beautiful light. Mm-hmm. And I think that Yesika Cruz does a beautiful bridge of that, of showing what that struggle, right? Like, yes, like, what do I do with this? Like, yes, Yesika Cruz, like, this is my cross to bear. I guess this is what I was given, and like, this is beautiful, but I can't fully enjoy that. And so with that, we're gonna go por el horizonte, and we'll go straight into that song.
Yeah.
Let's rewind and let's step away a little bit from the story of the album. And I want to talk about Sancha when you were discovering music and that this was what you wanted to do. Like, who were you then? Like, what was young Sancha like?
Very shy, but also very like determined. So it was like, I would figure things out on my own when there was like yellow pages and stuff like that. I was like, I want to play in the school band, and they were like, you have to write an instrument. And somehow I figured out how to look through the yellow pages. And I was like, here, Mom, take me here. Like, I need to go get an instrument. And then we went, and they didn't get anything for me. But I didn't like realize that. I think at that time I just didn't know what money was or anything. So to me, I just was like, my parents don't let me do anything. But now I'm like, wow, I really just wanted to make music. And like.
And how old were you when you wanted them to write you an instrument?
8 years old.
Wow. And how old were you when you did your first song?
Probably 19.
So what was happening between 8 to 19? I feel like I'm giving you there. I'm like, so we're moving towards something.
Yes. So when I was 8, I used to live in Central Valley, and that's where somehow they let us borrow. Like, they had money in the school to let us borrow instruments by like the time I was 9, and then they moved me to back to San Jose when I was like 11. And I was so depressed, and I just didn't want to do anything. I stopped playing the instrument I was playing, but then somehow I saw like this kids choir in the church, and I started singing with them. And right away, I like was at church twice a week at least, and then like 3 to 4 times a week learning guitar, leading like the adults choir by the time I was like 15.
Yes.
And then like when I went to college, I supposedly was going to be a business major, and I changed my major to music like the first day of school.
How has so being from like where you learned a lot of your skills in church, right? And then
Yes.
now being on the end where a lot of us feel that, you know, in our artistic world, especially because you're in a very queer world, right?
Yes.
Like how have you, like how does that work for you? Like the whole church background and who you are now and the spaces that you occupy now.
Well, a lot of spaces end up feeling a lot like church, but our own church. Like I've seen bands that things like feel so spiritual, and like you leave and you're like, I just had this like revival, and like I want to go home and create, you know? Like this was more inspirational to me than like going to church. And actually, like when I was performing in San Francisco and was doing a lot of dive bars and was really drunk and stuff like that, and like just having exorcisms on the ground and stuff, like I had remembered myself like when I was at church, and like remembering how still I had to be in front of everybody and in the choir, and thinking in my head like, what would happen if I just went crazy right now? And like, what if I just started screaming and like, you know, I don't know, something happened. Like, and now that's kind of like, or in San Francisco, that's a lot of what I did in my performances, was like, let that energy out.
So with that, we'll segue into exorcism.
Oh yeah.
Which is the next song. Thank you for that.